Hey, Dan Coach Miller here with NorCal Sports Network with a video on the Los Angeles Dodgers possibly exploring right-handed bats if they do not sign Teoscar Hernandez. Before we get started, let us thank our sponsor, that is Chapman Law Group. Check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video. And as always, everybody, if you would give this a like and subscribe, we would greatly appreciate that. Thanks so much. All right, LA Dodgers, are they looking at right-handed bats? Maybe if they do not get Teoscar Hernandez to re-sign, there is an impasse right now. It appears that the Dodgers are looking at Hernandez is looking at a 3-year deal somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 66 million, I believe it was. There was an article written by Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic on Saturday, the 21st. It came out. It's actually 66 million to 72 million what Hernandez is seeking. The length of the contract is 3 years. That does not appear to be the issue. It is the money, which is interesting. The Dodgers, who have so much money to spend, they are actually kind of clamping down on this, and they may be looking at other alternatives such as Ha-Seong Kim, which is interesting because they really need outfield help. They need a right-handed bat. They could, I suppose, when he's healthy, you could put Ha-Seong Kim when he recovers from labrum surgery in the infield and move Betts back to the outfield. Other options they're exploring is Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs in a trade, or possibly Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. Now, you're not going to have to give up a ton to go get Luis Robert, because I think it's not going to require a ton of prospects for Luis Robert, probably a significant player. Maybe they would do a Gavin Lux or maybe an Emmett Sheehan, something like that, and maybe some lower level prospects. But Luis Robert has the most upside, in my opinion. I think he would be a monster in center field for the LA Dodgers. Wow. Could you imagine if he stays healthy? That's the problem with Luis Robert. He's only played 100 games once in the last 4 years, but the kid is only 27. He's got loads of talent. I have said that the San Francisco Giants, they need a star, and they need to take a risk at go after a Luis Robert Jr. because he has star potential. And yeah, you're taking a risk, but it's not going to cost you a ton. I believe Luis Robert is signed for $15 million for the 25 season, and then he has player options of $20 million in 26 and 27. So the whole thing, if you got Luis Robert, the most you're out is $55 million in 3 years. Okay. I mean, the kid's only 27. And if you look at what he did in the 23 season, he didn't have a great year in 24 because, again, the injury bug hit him. But Luis Robert in the 23 season was phenomenal. I'm just checking his numbers. He actually had a full pretty much season. He was able to play in 145 games that year. But if you look at Luis Robert's year in 2023, why wouldn't you take a chance on him if you're the Giants? But the Dodgers can afford to do it. And if he falters or is injured, they've got other guys. But look at Luis Roberts' 23 season. Whoops, I hit the wrong button and I went, hold on here. There it is. There's the 23 season. Take a look at those numbers from Luis Robert Jr. That is a great year. He played in 145 games, 595 plate appearances, 38 home runs, 80 RBIs. Now, if he was on the Dodgers and he was replacing Teoscar Hernandez and he had that kind of a season where he hit 264, had an 857 OPS, he would have had 100 RBIs. and he plays a great center field. So I think Luis Robert, if you're the LA Dodgers, why wouldn't you just go out and get him? And you're talking $55 million for 3 years compared to Teoscar wanting 66 to 72. You know, and it's only 15 million next year. So I think the Dodgers may be in on a Luis Robert. I think what may happen is I think you're going to see Luis Robert move when and if Teoscar, whether he goes to the Dodgers or somewhere else. I think the Cubs are going to trade. I mean, the White Sox. I think the White Sox are going to trade Luis Robert. Look, they got a pretty good haul for Garrett Crochet. They got 4 prospects, pretty good prospects from, the Red Sox. Sending back Kyle Teal was the main guy in that, but they got, I believe, 4 of the Red Sox top 14 prospects, if I'm not mistaken. Look, the White Sox are going nowhere for years. They need to rebuild. Why not go ahead and move off Luis Robert now? And I think it happens, people, when Teoscar Hernandez and Anthony Santander move off the board in free agency. Look for Luis Robert to move. The other options, as I mentioned, that the Dodgers are looking at is Ha-Seong Kim, coming off labrum shoulder surgery. With the Padres, he's a free agent out there. They can get him. They could go after Seiya Suzuki. They definitely need a right-handed bat. You got Chris Taylor and Andy Pages, and you could play Edmonds or not Edmonds. Tommy Edmonds. So you could play Edmonds out there in the outfield as well, but you need some pop if you lose Hernandez. So I expect the Dodgers to be active. I think they're going to definitely get a right-handed bat. They did sign Michael Conforto in the offseason, another left-handed power bat for the Dodgers. I think he's going to have a really good year for LA because you got protection in the lineup. You just got a deep lineup. You've got 5, 6 deep in that lineup. Of course, leading off, you got Ohtani, and then you got Betts, and you got Freeman, you got Will Smith, you got Max Muncy. You add a Luis Robert if you don't sign Teoscar Hernandez. I think he would be signed if he dropped his price tag down to maybe 20 million a year, 60 million. I think the Dodgers would go for that. But Teoscar may end up going to Boston or back to Toronto. We'll see where he ends up. Once Teoscar signs, look for Luis Robert to get dealt. And I say if he goes to the Dodgers, I think they're even more dangerous because he's a threat for home runs, stealing bases, playing great center field. Man, I like Luis Robert. The problem that everybody has with Luis Robert is not his game, it's his injury-prone history. And, sometimes you got to take a risk for a young guy. And I don't think it's a big risk for the Dodgers to step out and give up a little bit to get him because the upside is so much greater. All right, everybody, tell me what you think about this video. Let us know the comments below. Do you think Teoscar signs with the Dodgers? Does he go somewhere else? Does he move to Baltimore, maybe replace Santander, or does he go back? Does he go to Boston, back to Toronto? Where's Luis Robert going? Is Suzuki getting traded? Where's Ha-Seong Kim end up? Is he a Dodger? Let me know your comments in this video. We do read them. We try to respond to as many as possible. And we definitely appreciate you watching and taking the time to watch this video. Appreciate it. Give it a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.